Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Bendiciones. Blessings to everybody. Back for another episode. We're going to talk about when you're a spiritual person or in these spiritual practices, being careful with the spouse that you choose. If your spouse doesn't agree with your practice, it can definitely lead to some issues and troubles between the two of you. For example, unintentional evil eye. There's evil eye that is intentional and unintentional. I'll bring in another story from experience. I used to have a girlfriend that her mother, who was 20 years Santera, would come in the house, and I was just beginning my journey. Basically come in there and just criticize everything I was doing, and just unintentionally giving evil eye, looking at my bovada, looking at the candles or any type of spiritual works that I did, and just look at everything that I did with despise. This can affect your work, okay? This can affect your workings. This can affect your growth. This affects you. I was with somebody else who had kids who also looked upon my stuff and messed with stuff, that are not to be messed with. Your spirits hear everything that you don't, and that can greatly affect your life. Sometimes you'll see that's why there's strife between you and your spouse, and it's because the spirits hear everything that you don't, and your spirits will battle them. If they are new and they don't understand magic or spirits, they could also blame you for things that you have nothing to do with, simply because they don't understand magic, simply because they don't understand spirits. You will get blamed for things you have no control over or nothing to do with. Sometimes there are spiritual spouses that may practice something that your spirituality doesn't agree with. There are people where it works, and there are situations where it doesn't. Maybe because one spouse is not practicing their stuff properly, and the other party, their stuff is working properly. So there's an unbalance, and that unbalance comes into the relationship. So I'm saying, be careful with the spouse that you choose when you're a spiritual person and you're in these spiritual practices. These things must be divined on. You definitely want to get a divination to prevent any hardship. And I would like to add that a spiritual home is very powerful. One spouse is going to definitely count on the other spouse to pray for them and to help them, especially when the outside evil forces or evil eye and forces try to get into the relationship. Whether it's throwing black magic on your relationship or whether it's just gossip and evil eye, etc., etc. You two need to be together on point, praying for each other, doing spiritual baths with each other, reminding each other of your readings and your divinations or your ita, things that can help you guys grow stronger. So just being careful of the spouse that you choose is very important. And pray for you when you're down. Do spiritual works for you when you're down, and vice versa. And that's a spiritual unit. That's a spiritual marriage there. That's what's going to work. Until next time, this is Brujo Chico. I'll be back for another episode. Like, share, and subscribe. Support your boy. I'm out. Peace.